Notifications. And here we are. We've got commenters already. 5 comments. We've got a woo. We've got a yubba yubba. Hello there, fellow kids. Kids love chains. And I. All right. I'm going to tweet that we're live. Chip, entertain people while I tweet this. This is not going well.
Do you have like a type 5 you can do?
Hey, it's Chip Zdarsky. Ryan begged me to do this at the last second because he had nothing for the show.
That's true. True.
So I'm not really prepared because I didn't really have to be prepared because I didn't know I was coming on. Mm-hmm. Ryan is not prepared because he's Ryan. That's correct, right?
That is correct. I will say this. Yeah. There was a period, I would say about an hour, 2 hours ago, where we were just like, I don't know, are we even going to do the show because we don't have a guest?
That's a sign of a great podcast. I know like This American Life does that sometimes every week.
Yeah.
Where Ira Glass goes, I don't know, are we going to do it this week?
That's true. And that's how all great podcasts are made, like Serial's the same way. Do you have any murders?
We're gonna solve this week. Who cares?
Do you have any murders you want to talk about? People love murder podcasts.
I'm constantly murdering you on Twitter.
That's true.
We could do a whole podcast just around that.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. But like, I don't know. If you had to murder somebody, who would it be?
Like present company excluded.
You can include Griffin, but not Ethan.
Thanks, man. Mm-hmm.
Without Ethan, the show doesn't exist.
You know, I get asked this a lot, and the problem is, you want to be a surprise.
That's true.
Like you shouldn't really telegraph it. It's not like Babe Ruth pointing at a guy in the stands and saying, "I'm gonna home run that guy's head in."
Mm-hmm.
It's a little like Richard Ramirez. I just watched that documentary where he would make the women look at him before he killed them.
Yeah, that's dark.
So it is kind of like the Babe Ruth of killers.
Yeah, I was kind of keeping it a little light there, but okay, all right.
Thanks, Ryan.
So Ryan, are you done drawing King in Black?
I am not. I am on.
Wait, how many issues?
5. And the last issue is oversized, and I'm into the oversized section of the last issue.
So when did you finish issue 1?
Oh, this whole thing, I've been working on this for like a year because I don't know exactly.
5 issues.
What's that?
5 issues for.
Well, the first issue was 40 pages, and then the last one is 32. Yeah, so no, but I've been working really slow. It's been a pandemic, you know that, like, and
yeah. So so you're at home.
I stopped working hard during the pandemic.
Oh, okay, all right. I just assumed you'd work more because you couldn't go out.
Actually, Ricky, the talent coordinator at Marvel, the other day did talk to me.
But he also coordinates you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the talent.
Yeah, he does talent, and he also.
Yeah. Okay. He contacted me because like they weren't rushing me. I'm not missing my deadlines. The deadlines all got pushed back. But he's like, is this the pace you want to work at from now on? Because they do that, they do all those analytics on your pace or whatever, and they're like, you really slowed down. Is that what are you just like working harder on the pages? I was like, no, I'm just not working very hard. And no, I don't want to work at this pace. I like working a lot harder than this. I just am not doing it at the moment.
Yeah, because it's kind of it's one of those projects that's just kind of under the radar.
Yeah, who cares about it? Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It could just not even come out, and I don't know. It might just.
People didn't like issue 3 at all. They didn't like when Thor busted Null's jaw. Do you make comics still at Marvel?
By the way?
You know what? I make exclusively King in Black tie-in comics.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I can actually. I should point this out. This week was my first King in Black tie-in of Daredevil, and it's the first time in all my years at Marvel that I've done a tie-in comic.
Really?
And you know why I did it? There's one reason why I did it.
Because you love us.
to show you up.
you smoothed our story out.
Yeah, so people could be like, I don't think I actually need the main series
Right.
because I'm fulfilled with this tie-in that talks about these dog dragons or whatever you're drawing.
I think they're more feline than dogs,
Really?
in my opinion. How long have you been doing Daredevil now? I was just thinking about this. Did you start shortly after we started Venom?
It's only been 2 years.
Okay, so about half the time then. Because for some reason it feels like you just started on that, and I feel like we just started on Venom, honestly, and it's really been like 4 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Yeah, when I wrapped Sex Criminals, I was like, wow, that was a crazy couple of years, but no, it was like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten so.
And then you were super rich.
Yeah, so I mean that's a nice thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't tend to keep track of time. I keep track of the bank account. You know.
Right. Absolutely. That's all you got to pay attention to.
We haven't live streamed in just a little bit, and when we do, because people can see us, we like to check in on how people think we look. Phoenix Animation said Chip looks hot AF.
Mm-hmm.
Muscle Hamster 909 said ask Chip why he's so good looking.
Oh.
Lazar Lilac said ooh the Supples looking good.
Well, thank you.
Nothing about Ryan yet.
Do I have to flex again?
I think you got it.
Yeah.
I think
You were
gotta
working
flex
out.
your guts.
Take your shirt off.
Today I put up 215 on the bench.
That's
215.
not
Yeah.
Jonah Hex says we've got the king in pink in the house tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
bad. This is Ted Baker.
This is your home. You're not in your studio.
This is I'm living in a suite, which is attached to my my in-laws' house in Victoria, British Columbia. I've come out.
Oh,
here
really?
So yeah, and we rent an Airbnb downtown, so I work every day. So it actually feels like I'm going to work.
Mhm. Do your in-laws like you?
Yeah, they love me. I mean, there's not anything to not love, you know. I check all the boxes. I'm charming.
Right.
I'm funny. They know. They can see looking at me sexually. Probably. I'm satisfying their daughter.
Right. Loudly,
They're
I've heard.
They're just upstairs. Oh no, that's the problem. You have to keep that part real quiet. Which I don't know. Like when you have sex.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
I'm not talking to the Supple boys because they
Right.
don't. But Ryan,
Wow.
when you have sex, you have kids. Do you actively try to keep it quiet?
I just like them to be asleep because there's no waking up children when they're asleep. But I'm like I'm big into music when I'm doing it. So we play music.
What's your
They
track?
don't-
What's your go-to track?
Oh,
Like you sing though. You sing.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. Just stuff like I sing songs where I'm just like talking about my day or talking about my friends, stuff like that.
I thought you sang like instrumental songs, like the Superman theme or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, did somebody pay us $2 just
We just
now?
got our first super chat. What the fuck?
Great, great.
It says it's
Split 4
from
ways. That's not too bad.
it's from
This
Mama
has never
Deadhead,
happened.
and she says Chip is so awesome. Who's the other guy?
Oh man. Well, I'm the interviewer, I guess. But
That's true.
the Jimmy Kimmel of comic
right.
books.
I set up the super chat today with only because all I had to do was click a button. I was just like, yeah, sure, why not? And now here we are. We have $2. That goes straight to
You
me,
knew Chip
guys.
was
Straight to
coming.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought I was about to come into.
Should we introduce the show? We haven't even. Go ahead,
Hey
Griffin.
guys, welcome to Stegman and his amazing friends. I know a lot of you guys tuned in here for our classic, your tried and true
Sex segments.
sex segments. You were looking for a nice chill time with Ryan and the Supple Boys,
Mhm.
the stuff you guys love, and we do have Chip Zdarsky here tonight. A last minute get. The network said, hey, listen, we gotta get a guest in here. You guys did a Vibes episode just a week ago. The numbers track, Vibes episodes in a row, not great. Get a guest.
Mhm.
We said, well, who's gonna be, it's so last minute. who's gonna just be around if we ask them to do something right now? Who's never doing anything productive? Who can we just
this
get
is
out?
this is a great use of time because I know people really want to hear you on this podcast. So keep this going.
And the worst goddamn part about the live stream is that the fuckers can see me lose it every goddamn time we have this man on the show. Welcome, Chip Zdarsky, to this segment and his amazing friends. It's a live stream chat. I guess chains in the chat for Chip. Some chips in the chat.
That was us kicking off the episode with our new segment, Locker Room
Yeah.
Talk. That was what, yeah.
Welcome, Chip. It's great to have you. Chip did turn me down midday today when I tried to get him, but then he came through just before the show started, probably because his in-laws are tired of seeing him walking around the house in the robe, drinking out of the milk carton.
I
Direct.
am fucking helping you here. I am fucking doing you a favor. I don't know why you gotta be.
All right, fine. What do we want to talk to him
Hey.
about?
JP's in the
Hey,
chat.
JP. We love JP.
Chains in the
He's
chat
the
for
inker
JP.
of King in Black.
JP Meyer.
Mhm. Very talented
great.
man.
Very talented.
What do we?
More
what-
people jump in with super chats. We'll read whatever you say, no matter how controversial it is. So,
Yes. Chip, as you may have heard, Ryan and Donnie, they're ending their run on Venom, which has been very upsetting for some people, but it's also very exciting, of course. And you almost simultaneously announced a mini-series of sorts in which Spider-Man is going to become Venom. Peter Parker is going to become Venom. And I just found the timing of that very curious, and I want to
Donnie
know
didn't like it.
what sort of PR nonsense you're trying to pull here. Is
Yeah.
that what gives, man? Why you just hopping right on top of it right after the boys lay it down?
Well, first of all, it's a Spider-Man book. It's not a Venom book.
Okay.
Like in the pantheon of characters, Spider-Man's kind of
Chat.
here.
Can we have the
down
chat
there.
weighing in on this? Does it matter?
So it's like Spider-Man, but you know what? We threw in a bit of Venom to give Venom a boost, right? That's what you do. I mean, that's how it's always been done in comics. You have the popular character, you take the less popular character, and you kind of give them an artificial boost by including them in that. I didn't know Venom was ending. I didn't know Venom was happening.
That's interesting.
So
I would
Like, I
say,
there's nothing here.
so basically you looked at the sales charts and you were like, wow, Ryan and Donnie are killing it. How do I get a piece of that gravy? And,
yeah.
Is that what happened?
And it is true that I obsessively look at sales charts.
Did you hear about my new miniseries where Daredevil gets a symbiote suit?
No, I didn't. How is it?
I don't know. That's the whole pitch.
That's it. And so you're just an artist still?
Uh huh. For now, I've written some books.
Yeah, how are they on the charts?
Let's see. The ones that I wrote, I don't know. They burned them up at about 30,000, 40,000.
Yeah.
40K?
I don't know. I can't remember. Renew Your Vows, whatever that sold.
Great title.
Do you need us to look up your sales live on the show, Ryan?
No, I don't. I don't want to do that.
No, both of you.
The show got the book got canceled shortly thereafter, so I think that we can leave that out.
Renew Your Vows. I mean, nothing really hits the teens in the younger market like a title like Renew Your Vows.
I didn't name it.
Not only do kids love marriage, they love the idea of a long-running married couple recommitting to each other in front of friends. And
Are you
family.
saying I should have turned this job down?
Renew Your Vows? Just have a bit of backbone and like tell them what it needs to be called. Which is like Spider-Man fuck shit up.
Spider-Man sex machine.
Spider-Man sex machine.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, that's enough of this episode. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Okay, Chip. Yes, we're all very excited for Spider-Man Spider's Shadow because Spider-Man Life Story was one of the best Spider-Man stories of the past 20 years easily. I get it.
I did read that the other day. I hadn't read it yet, but
Oh, really?
yeah, you know, secretly, I'm working on a pitch for something, to write something.
My goodness.
And I wanted to read one of the greatest Spider-Man stories, as I've been told. Didn't like it much. I didn't agree with that assessment.
No, I didn't think so. You didn't agree with everyone.
Right. Yeah, the Eisner Committee or whatever bullshit.
Whatever. No, that's one that I didn't win the Eisner.
Did you you got nominated though, right?
Well, I mean, I was nominated for writer, and so that was included in that. But yeah, I did not walk away with the gold for that one this year. It was for something else. Yeah.
Did you know that I don't have any Eisners and that I've never been nominated?
Well, I mean, it makes sense that you don't have any Eisners because you've never been
Right.
nominated. So you don't really need to say both of
Do you
those
think
things.
it's preposterous?
Look, Stuart Immonen has never won an Eisner.
Doesn't deserve one, but me,
And he's
this guy.
Stuart Immonen, probably the greatest comic
I know.
artist of the past 30 years. Look, I mean, awards. You know, I get tired of talking about awards because I inevitably have to talk about them a fair amount. But they don't mean.
Did you bring them to your in-laws' house? Are they there with you?
No, I put them in storage.
At your in-laws' house, you brought them and then you put them in storage there to keep forever.
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, because it really,
Yes.
you know, sure, it's a nice
More
perk.
super chat money.
Nigel gave us $1.99 for it's a donation to the Kick Chip Zdarsky Off of Social Media Fund,
Okay,
which
well,
we have started, and that's going quite well.
If we can use the super chat money for something good, I may have mentioned this before on here, where I lost one of my Eisners a few years ago.
Oh, because you nailed it to a desk, correct?
Nailed it to a desk. I lost it in a moving van. But my wife replaced it for me, which is very sweet of her. I told her you don't need to because I've got like a lot, so why would I?
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But there's a cost to replace one, and it's $300. So I say we should raise enough money to get a replacement Eisner for you.
Okay. Yeah, so you can just buy them. I didn't know that. Here's an honest question that I just was reminded of. When you were a newspaperman, right? And you had this comic book dream.
I didn't, but go on.
You didn't. How did your wife feel when you switched careers suddenly?
I mean, she saw it as me going from one dying print industry to another dying print industry. So for her, kind of the same. She worked at the newspaper as well. So at that point, like Sex Criminals had been out for a year when I finally quit my newspaper job. So it seemed like it made sense.
Right, absolutely,
to do it.
yeah. I wondered if those overlapped or not.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about changing my career to
Oh, okay.
squeezing stocks.
Squeezing them. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that'd be good. I like that you just have to like kind of hone in on Aaron's thing.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't want her to someday be making more money than me. Hey, we just got another super chat, 99 cents.
Let's
Oh
go.
my god.
We're almost up to $5,
All right,
baby.
let's do something else. What do you want to do? Pop culture news? You got some, Ethan?
You want to
Yeah,
do?
I mean, yeah, we can move on to that. I
crash
just
in
want
the
to say,
stock market
Chip,
news.
That's all your questions for me? That's
Yeah.
the guest? That's it?
Yeah, I mean, what you have other stuff coming out?
Yeah, next week, actually, through Dark Horse, is the print edition of Afterlift, which is the Eisner Award-winning digital
Comicsology
series
series, yeah.
from last year. Yeah, and Dark Horse has created just a lovely package, really nice production values, a nice spot.
I was gonna
gloss
say,
on
is
the
there
cover.
spot gloss or spot varnish?
Yeah, it's a quality looking product, and you know what? Thanks for asking. I'm quite proud of it. I think it's one of my strongest works to date, and it's a complete story, and it's going to be in comic shops next week, and I think everyone's just going to really enjoy it when they go and they plug down their hard-earned money and walk out with a copy of it.
whoa, $5.
$5.
To send Eisners to all of Chip Zdarsky's neighbors fund.
Do your
Sure.
neighbors want some Eisners?
I didn't even tell them about the Eisners because you don't want to be the guy who rubs.
Do you have any neighbors that are talented?
One thing I don't want to be is the guy who rubs in that he has.
Do you think your neighbors are winning awards in their chosen fields?
Holy shit! $5 more.
From Matthew Rosenberg.
Matthew Rosenberg.
Oh my God.
He says, "Who does this money go to?" Well, Matt,
If
that's a great
this
question.
keeps happening, we're gonna have to pick a charity.
No, it's going to. I need a new jacket.
The charity.
You don't go out.
Checking accounts.
That's true.
Fund. Where
No, I mean, there's a lot more that we could talk about before just defaulting to pop culture news.
Fine.
Chip, I mean,
Wait, actually-
Griffin and I are working on writing some comics, and we're aiming for the Eisner right out of the gate.
Yep.
That's the way to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's actually.
Go
we
ahead.
started with that idea before we came up with any comic ideas. We were just like,
First,
how do we
right,
write something
yeah.
that wins an Eisner?
Right in Eisner.
I did have
So-
somebody tell me one time that they got into comics because they wanted to win an Eisner, and I was like, "What? Like, how did you even know what an Eisner was?" That's the weirdest thing.
I know, but I think Donnie will win one eventually. Like,
Yeah.
That's the thing. You know, he just has to keep working.
Yeah, he just has to get a new artist. All right, Ethan, do you want to nerd out on Chip for a second? Do you want to ask him real questions?
Chip is probably the only person that I don't want to nerd.
Not even a little bit.
If I had something to nerd on him, yeah, I would love to. But I'm a huge fan.
Oh, right.
So if we want to move into pop culture, because we could skip
Yeah.
over that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just
Well,
ask
I'm sorry,
Chip questions
who are you
about.
a fan of?
Yeah, who? Yeah.
Who am I a fan of?
Yeah.
Matthew Rosenberg.
I like Matt Rosenberg. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Chuck.
Everybody in the chat.
Charles. Charles Soule.
Yeah, Chuck. Yeah, our buddy
Yeah,
Chuck
Chuck.
Soule.
Yeah.
I really like his Star Wars stuff.
Can
Yeah.
Ethan ask you questions about Star Wars?
Anyone else? Anyone
Can-
else?
I
yeah,
can ask you questions about Star Wars. Do you have
Yeah,
any
we're gonna
Star
ask you
Wars
Star Wars
coming out?
questions, Chip.
Oh, do I have any Star Wars coming out? Yeah, I do.
What are you working on?
I can't actually talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
see, Ryan,
We've
I
got
tried,
confirmation
but
that he
I'm
is
not gonna
working
get any.
on.
But you're giving us the go ahead to. We can headline that. We can.
I
say
mean,
it.
that's an exclusive that
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
doing Star Wars stuff.
Alright.
Yes.
Well,
I can't say if it's comics or TV
Or acting
movies
in a
Sure.
movie.
or acting. Yeah. Yeah. But
Sure.
yeah, there's a little scoop. So sorry. So Charles.
He's gonna play
Charles
Jabba the
Rosenberg,
Hutt.
Who else do you like? Who else do you like? Shut up. Who else do you like?
Who else do I like? We had Jim Zub on. He's pretty great. I got to talk to him.
Okay. So I'm trying to put it together. So three
Yeah.
white straight. Those are kind of the
well,
three guys
we try to get Ryan to bring on any other group of person, and he won't do it. So I don't. That's not my fault.
Well, it would be. I'm a proud boy. I am not. That's a joke. Very much not. I just don't know that many people.
We just designated in Canada. We just designated Proud Boys a terrorist
Good.
group.
We should do that here.
That's
Apparently, we
nice.
can't.
Yeah,
We can't seem to do
unanimous in
that.
Parliament.
Unanimous.
You guys got to
Is that,
debate the
is
hell
that
out.
why you're hiding out in your in-laws' house?
That's a good one, Ethan. He got you. He got you.
I don't think.
Take it on the chin.
But I don't know. what they've done to your country, frankly, like the fact that you're
I
laughing.
agree. I'm
Hey,
not trying to
I heard a lot of friends and our neighbor to the north there were helping us out with the stock trade because you can still buy a bunch on Canadian Robinhood. You can still fuck around on there. Are you helping us out at all, Chip, or are you just?
No, I mean I barely know what you guys are talking about.
Okay, yeah. You want to buy some GameStop stock? Is what I'm asking.
Well, once again, I don't know what you're talking about really.
Chip keeps all of his money in sacks under his bed.
Okay.
Oh, $2.
$2 more.
And Mama Deadhead
Please
really
get
loves you.
Chip to autograph the water number
I'm a
one.
deadhead. She's a Stillwater fan.
Yeah. There's a Stillwater fan.
Well-
Great.
Yeah, Stillwater coming up from Skybound. Issue number 6, I believe, is out in 2 weeks. I'm quite proud of it. Similar to being proud of Afterlift. I'm proud of literally everything I do.
Sorry.
What else are you proud of?
proud? Are you? Would you say you're a proud?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, no, I'm proud.
And you're a boy.
I'm a man.
Proud man. Okay.
I don't know what you guys are driving at. You need to fix your shit down there in the States, frankly.
You're right. All right. Do you want to talk about pop culture news, Chip Zdarsky?
Yeah, sure. I would love to, as long as it's not about the stock market. Fucking hell.
Ooh. Well, $4.99. Hey, wanted to ask Chip, what was the best aspect when he was writing Spider-Man? I guess we can get to that first. That's from Z.
The best aspect? I mean, besides the money?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we got paid $5 for that, by the way. He wanted to ask that question.
Wow.
So you have to answer
So
it.
I have to give a
And it has to
$5
be.
answer.
You have to be very sincere. Do we have sincere music?
I will say,
I can plug some in. Yeah.
during my time writing Spider-Man, one of the things I introduced was Jameson finding out who Spider-Man was, and my biggest thrill was seeing that reflected in Amazing Spider-Man with Dan Slott and Stuart Immonen. Just kind of knowing that you drop a thing and then other people kind of pick up on it afterwards, and that's going to be there kind of forever, even after you leave the book. I'm sure you have that feeling, right, Ryan? Like, I'm being genuine now, like especially doing King in Black, where everyone's tying in.
Yeah, there's
literally nothing would be happening without you, kind of at the helm.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we made in our Venom run that I hope stands the test of time, but we will see.
Mm-hmm.
The Jameson thing is one of my favorite status quo changes in the last several years. I think it's been for the best, and it's been really, really cool. So.
Yeah, I mean, when you're working on comics, you kind of want to, when you do a change, the question you have to ask is this a positive for storytelling? Like, what avenues does that open up? And I always think about, were you there at the retreat when Hickman pitched the X-Men
No,
stuff?
I wish I was. I've heard about that.
No, I wasn't, but it sounded fun. I really.
Everyone else, shut the fuck up.
No, I wasn't. No. It's legendary, apparently, though.
Yeah, no, it was amazing because it inspired everyone, and like almost immediately, everyone had questions about it, and from each of those questions, like a possible book was generated. Like you could feel from the one basic idea, everything kind of growing out of it. And whenever you get to do that in comics, I think that's the thrill of it.
Hey, Abigail Mendoza gave us $2, and that's for your new jacket.
Thank you.
So.
Are you still on the first?
No, I'm gonna get a members only jacket.
Oh, okay.
It's nice.
It's classy.
All right. Very cool. Yeah. All right. Now, pop culture news. Jesus, people.
Sure. So we just keep talking about rumors, just endless rumors about the new Spider-Man. Zendaya came out and she's doing us a favor. She's just spoiling a bunch of shit, seemingly on accident. They asked her about Alfred Molina, and she was like, "Yeah, he's really nice." So she's definitely been filming with Alfred Molina. She said something about running from aliens. So I guess they're running from aliens.
Scrolls.
It's pretty good. Are you excited for Alfred Molina and aliens, and if maybe he's playing an alien?
He's not playing. Well, I guess he could be a scroll, right?
He could be an alien Dr. Octopus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, is this? Are you guys actually talking about this?
Yeah, this is what we do.
Zendaya
We talk about what's happening in pop culture now.
said Alfred Molina is nice and they're running from aliens, and
Yes.
this is part of your show?
That's big news in the comic book pop culture website news world. So
The folks want to hear about it.
yeah.
Hey, Chip, do you watch WandaVision?
Yeah, you know what? I did. I watched the first.
It's good, right?
Yes. All right.
Yeah, I think episode 1 and 2 probably could have been one episode, but I think episode 3 really ramped it up, kept me interested. I do like them taking big swings.
It's a really wild swing.
Okay.
I kind of wondered if maybe it was initially going to be a movie, and if that opening, the sitcom thing, would have been like an aspect of the movie, and then they would go into the story, but they seem to have expanded it quite a bit.
No, that's
Complete
stupid.
commitment.
Well,
That's a stupid idea,
Okay.
Ryan. Because they're playing with the tropes of TV. Like, why would that be? Can you imagine sitting in a theater and watching like an I Love Lucy homage? Like, that doesn't even make sense.
It is.
Like, the scale of it doesn't make sense.
I genuinely apologize for saying
here's
that.
something interesting.
I'm sorry.
Here's something. I was offered the Vision book before Tom King was, and I turned it down because I couldn't think of anything. And Matt Fraction got upset with me because he said it's a book about a crying robot. Like, that's totally your thing. So I had a little bit of regret over that. And then Tom did his legendary run on it. And then clearly that has influenced his TV show. So this TV show would not have existed if I hadn't turned down that book.
Yeah, in an alternate universe, we would have gotten a real bad Vision book that wouldn't have been adapted into.
You should get an Eisner for not taking that book.
It's a great. Yeah, it's kind of like, Marvel playing with all these alternate realities. That's one of the alternate realities, that there's a shitty Vision book and no Vision TV.
That's it.
A couple more bucks in my pocket as I shuffle around.
Were you surprised at how big of a swing they took on it? Like to me, I was, because it's like the first Marvel show that they're doing on there, and I couldn't believe that this is what they did with it. Where, I mean, I feel like some people. Well, you try to even explain it to people if you're like, have you seen WandaVision? And then you start talking about it, you're like, I don't know how to describe what this is. Like, you can't really pass it on to people.
I'm not too surprised, only knowing that they have the Winter Soldier Falcon series coming out too, because that's clearly going to be the more traditional action-y Marvel thing. And I don't think you can pull that off with like a Vision Wanda show, right? Like, you kind of have to find a different angle in it. It can't just be them like on the run fighting bad guys, like, because it's about the relationship.
A recurring segment on here is that we talk about our hype for Sony's Morbius movie from the producers of Venom.
Did Zendaya say anything about that?
She did. She said, "Oh boy, can't wait to hear Segment and his amazing friends talk about Morbius, as they do every week."
Yeah, and we talk about how much we like Jared Leto. Some quarters on being a Jared Leto podcast.
It really does. It really does.
And he did an interview where he basically said that the script for Morbius is shit. He said they're expensive films. All the decisions and all the times to make those decisions are a bit heated and can be stressful. I think it's more common with these big movies. You don't really start with a gem of a script. So
maybe he'll prove to be the Robert Downey Jr. of the Morbius verse.
They let Jared Leto improv his way through the Morbius movie.
Yeah, because I know on Iron Man, Robert, I call him Robert and John Favreau to you. They were rewriting every day on the set. Maybe that's what Jared Leto's doing.
I remember hearing him say that. He said it in every interview, and I always felt like that sounds so frustrating.
Like, imagine being the actual writer of that movie every time that comes up. Yeah,
well, I feel like that's what he was doing.
Biggest movies of all time.
Yeah.
Like, you look like a shithead.
And he takes...
Great, the movie.
Yeah, because he kept saying... He would say, like, I specifically remember, we'd throw the script against the wall and we'd start over, and he'd be like, this isn't good enough!
Yep.
I mean, that's what I do with Donnie's scripts every day, but I don't go blabbing that all over the place.
Actually, that's interesting. Do you ever change anything? Like how tight is Donnie with his scripting, and do you add panels, take away panels?
I don't take. I
move things from page to page.
I try not. No, I never move anything from page to page. I try not to. My motto is to never subtract, only add. So most of the time, if it's anything, I'm adding panels. But we do. We do sometimes where he just is like, here's this next 7 pages. Here's 5 things that need to happen. Do whatever you want, and then I can kind of move stuff around, and he scripts around that.
It's interesting you say never subtract, only add, because it's pretty evident in your work that you never even bother erasing a bad drawing. You just kind of keep drawing over it until...
Oh, okay. We were being sincere for a few there, but...
I'm throwing that out there for the super chatters.
Super chat. Pay us if you like it when Chip insults me.
I remember, like, working on Sex Criminals, I would sometimes the way Matt would describe a scene, like physically, it didn't feel like it could happen, and I'd have to move characters around or change the room,
Right.
and it would stress me out so much,
Right.
changing something, and he doesn't even notice.
Oh yeah.
That's the other thing. Like,
Well, I think that,
writers write so many scripts, like they're just like, "What? You added like 12 characters? I had no idea."
well the thing that I've noticed, because I was just talking about this with like Riley Rossmo the other day, where I get really stressed out about a room, like where they are in the room and if they move from panel to panel. But if you take anybody else who, like if you take another artist that you love and you think they're the best artist ever, they don't give a shit about that, and you never notice it. You have to look for it to notice that the room is just kind of changing and morphing or whatever. So
Yeah. It's like, I think it was like John Buscema said something about that once. Like, I think it was about like staircases, like how to draw like kind of circular staircases, and he was like, they don't have
Right.
to work. You just have to trick the reader into thinking.
Yeah,
that it's
that's
fine.
definitely something I learned over
And
time,
then-
because I used to like I used to go through and like on just a straight down staircase, I would do all the perspective of each part to make it right,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
realized you could
Same.
just put a couple lines and it was fine.
Yeah, you just gotta. Yeah, like it does kill me a little bit when I move on to the next page, knowing that like if a character walked down those stairs, like it wouldn't quite work. But no one's ever gonna.
Yeah, they don't
notice
care at all.
that. Like I'll.
The readers are so
They really
stupid.
don't. It's not. that
Anyway,
they're-
if you want to chip into the super chat,
It's not, Ryan. I disagree fully. It's not that. It's that they consume the product very quickly.
Yeah.
So you spend days and weeks on a thing, and they're just like, Spider-Man's not on this page. Fuck it.
Somebody in the chat just said, this is John Eicher, the great John Eicher, who does a lot of our graphic
Great
design
John
stuff. He said, Ryan's bookshelf organization is giving me anxiety. What I would like to say to that is, that is not organization at all. There is no organization to that. That is just books
it
piled
looks
on
like
each
things
other.
are actively falling.
One of the shelves is broken
nuts.
and it's falling down. So my plan is in here to get I'm going to get some built-ins here because I'm rich and that's what rich people
Yeah.
do. And actually like have space for everything. But even then, it will just be stacks of garbage. I don't
was gonna
organize
say,
stuff.
You can afford to live better than this, right? Like.
Yeah. But the problem is when I
Well, sorry. Before you say anything, like I can see on a bunch of those books, like old like library stickers on them. Like
yeah, I'm a thief. Well, I
Yeah,
moved.
Those have been there
yeah.
the whole time we've been doing the show. So
Yeah.
those are way past due.
Well, when we did it the first episode, Ryan didn't have any books behind him. We said, Ryan, we gotta make you seem like more intelligent and stuff. Could you get some books? He said, yeah, and he put all those books up there just willy nilly, and we're like, it'll do.
I
You
don't
seem
know
like
why
educated.
it's like that. I don't know why I'm the way that I am, but I can't. I started a record collection one time. This is like the story of my life. I'll start collecting something just because I feel like I should have a collection of some sort, and I don't take care of it at all, and it just ends up in a stack. And then I'm like, well, I'm done with that because I made a mess and I don't feel like cleaning it up. So, all right, we got a serious
But you
question.
managed to find the time to put up an absolute carnage poster.
Yeah.
And Superior Spider-Man.
Very.
I've got my Venom one right there. I don't have a King in Black one at the moment. This guy, Dakota Cross, says, okay, if we are being serious, I really love Chip's writing, and it completely blows my mind that he is so good despite the fact that his personality is pretty much the equivalent to Sewer Slime. I did not realize that was going to happen because he started off by saying it was serious, so I really wanted to read it, and now I feel terrible.
No, that's quite accurate. It's because I take whatever personality I could have, and I put it into the books. So what's left in here is like a shell. Like I can't spend my time emoting here when I can emote on the page.
We've got a good question here from Comics Exposed, and they put $5 in the super chat. Chip,
Thanks, Comics Exposed.
you've been given Art
Chip,
Adams.
Could you come on every time Griff and I need to make rent?
Like, preferably the episode right before the first of the month.
Now,
Yeah,
be
that would
great.
be.
this is a funny joke because Ethan lives with his in-laws, so he doesn't pay rent. And Griffin,
I do pay rent.
Griffin,
And they resent me anyway.
and Griffin has been. He's a trust fund baby. Anyway, from Comics Exposed,
Yeah.
they say, Chip, you've been given Art Adams as your cover and interior artist for a 6-issue Marvel series. What character and story would you tell with art?
Well, that's an easy one just to answer off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Art Adams, man.
I mean, I personally, I would pick Fantastic Four. If I guess if I was writing for him, that's what I would want to see him draw. Like crazy cosmic shit.
You and I are very similar people. I think that's a good call.
Yeah.
It keeps it tight. Like it's not like Avengers or X-Men or something like that.
Yeah.
So so there could be some focus there. He'd be great with the machinery and like the aliens stuff. Yeah,
Right.
That's a good call. I had a thing where I did a Batman black and white story with Nick Bradshaw, who clearly has a big Art Adams influence.
Mm-hmm.
And in trying to figure out what to give him to draw, I was just like how do you play to someone like that strengths? So I picked Poison Ivy. So the pages I got back were just like insane.
Yeah.
Just like super deep.
Ivy everywhere. Yeah.
Ivy everywhere, and I made sure like it was only an 8-page story, and I made sure there were 2 splash pages of fantasy scenarios. Where I'm just like, whatever superheroes you want on this, whatever supervillains you want on this, and what came back was just so wild.
Yeah, that's cool.
Writing for the artist. Like sometimes at Marvel, you have to write not knowing who the artist is going to be, and that's just the worst.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of things about the things that I can't even imagine doing are like when you guys have to write an issue that is coming out like later than the issue that you're working on now, and you just have to go do it so that the other artist can get started, and you haven't finished the story before. That's crazy.
Yeah, on Daredevil, I was like 4 issues apart in that, and I had a thing where I'm pretty good at planning stuff out, but I realized in one of the earlier issues, I'm like, oh, like this cop's partner has to die.
Right.
Like I have to actually kill him, and so like I wrote it, sent it. Jorge Fornes drew it. Just
he's
beautiful.
awesome.
Well, meanwhile, Marco's working on 4 issues from there, in which that cop's partner is still alive.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, shit. And so I had to like rewrite all that. So it's like, here I am, your new partner.
I look the same.
Yeah.
I think that Donnie and I would have just barreled ahead and then had people yell at us on Twitter about it for 3 months, and we'd have been like,
Players just fuck up.
sure, you got it right.
Sue me. Yeah, you're gonna drop the book.
Yeah, you're in too deep now.
Games Unhinged asked Chip, who's that behind you?
Who is that behind me? No one.
I think they made you look.
Yeah. Let's just be
Did they pay money for that?
let's be quiet for a few minutes to see if they ever say
Did they pay
major
money
look
for
in the
that?
chat.
That was a freebie. Yeah.
Oh, fuck that guy then.
All right. Give us some more pop culture news, Ethan. It's going
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. Did you see the Kong versus Godzilla trailer?
No,
No.
All right, go watch it and we'll reconvene.
yeah, watch it. We'll get the library.
I heard it's great.
Have you ever seen King Kong? Have you ever seen Godzilla?
What
They
could
fight.
possibly be in that trailer that I would not anticipate?
Well,
There's like a Navy ship.
yeah. did
No
you know-
way.
How fucking starved are we for shit that a Kong versus Godzilla trailer is something that anyone would ever talk about?
I don't even.
Like I wonder is there gonna be a shot of Kong punching Godzilla?
Well, what people are talking about the
are
most
they in
is
a
how are
city?
they the same size? People are
Are
like,
they-
did they shrink Godzilla or did they grow King Kong?
No, okay, yeah, all right. Now I understand why we talk about it.
Mhm.
Yeah. The people
did.
also think maybe Godzilla is actually Mecha Godzilla.
Oh, I don't care.
Okay.
Oh. Chip, you want to weigh in? Did they shrink Godzilla? Did they grow King Kong?
Or did they grow King Kong?
I'm leaning towards growing King Kong.
Me too.
Is it funny to say something like "growing King's Kong"?
Nope.
I
Okay.
don't know. We can always just cut this out.
Yeah, cut that out of the
Okay.
live stream.
Okay. Forget it, guys. Forget it.
Yeah, I'm never watching that movie.
All right. Well, the trailer came out, but it got
Apologize to the
delayed.
people. Apologize to the people who made it. Like, I'm sure you enjoyed making it.
You're not gonna watch
But-
it?
No, why would I fucking watch that?
What do you watch? French films?
Oh.
Yeah, actually.
This fucking asshole.
Like, I don't
Chips-
find the movies that are wholly computer generated monsters punching each other. I don't find that interesting at all. There's no tension on the screen.
I can't
not-
watch any of those blockbusters. I'm gonna go watch Breathless for the 16th time this month.
Yeah, probably watching Breathless for the 16th.
Yeah, thanks, Griffin. Yeah, you watched this too?
I watched Alien 3 last night, and that movie sucked. Did you guys know that?
It's not very good.
It
Did you watch it all the way
David
through?
Fincher's first movie.
Did I watch what?
Watch it all the way through?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, my friends
At what
and
point do you realize it sucked?
like 15 minutes in. Actually, I thought it was shot well. It looked cool, but like, my friends and I have been doing this thing where we get on Zoom on Wednesday nights and we've been watching the Alien movies in order. You know, we pick a different series and whatever. So I'm watching it on my laptop.
Wait, who picked the series this time? Was it Griffin or Ethan?
It wasn't these two.
Yeah, can you believe?
I said friends, not servants. Friends. And yes, my review of Alien 3 is that it sucked. I didn't care what happened to anybody.
Here's an interesting fact about me.
Uh-huh.
I've never stayed awake through an Alien movie.
Not even
None of them.
Alien,
Wow.
the first one? It's so good.
Alien, I fell asleep. Aliens, I tried it twice and I fell asleep both times. Alien 3, I tried watching too, fell asleep.
Mhm.
The only one I actually stayed awake for was because I saw it in the theater was Prometheus, and I hated that.
I will say I fall asleep in every Transformers movie, and I think that it's like sensory overload.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think that it's something
Yeah.
about the sound and the images moving too fast. It's like I just like all of a sudden I'm like, this is the most tired I've been in my entire life.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the Alien movies, especially the first couple, like they're really dark, and so like
Yeah.
dark, phallic, and those things put me to sleep.
The first one is actually really quiet and dark. Like it's very slow but I mean it's fantastic. So
All right, Mama Deadhead. Yo, Mama Deadhead is buying us dinner. Chip,
Thanks.
if Ryan did a Stillwater variant and it was just a single portrait, what character would you want it to be? Also, do more Stillwater variants, please.
You know, Ryan's pretty good at kids. I would get him to do Galen, who's like kind of the main kid in Stillwater.
okay,
He's good at doing creepy. So yeah,
well
yeah, that's a genuine answer.
I'm not available right now, but you know.
No, because you're incredibly behind on your work because you're watching all of Alien 3, even though you fucking did it.
Yeah. Wait, do you turn off all movies that you don't like in the middle?
Yes.
Oh, I don't get to do that. I've got kids. They weren't watching Alien with me, but this other situation precluded me from turning it off.
Yeah, I'll stop reading a book if
I have a hard time doing that too. But I do it, but it takes me I go like way beyond where I should have quit on the book.
yeah, you want it to get better. It's like being in a relationship.
Yeah.
And it's at the point where it's like you should have broken up like a year ago,
Well,
but
David
you're still going.
David Bowie had a
You're
thing.
making a lot of money on the stock market.
All right. Oh God. David Bowie had a thing that he does where he would listen to every single album that came out for 10 seconds, and if it grabbed him in that first 10 seconds, then he'd listen to the entire album.
Wow.
I think that's
There's something to that. Like
Yeah.
I do that with comics a lot.
Mhm.
Like I'll read the first 3-4 pages of a thing, and I'm like, no,
right.
I'll put it down.
Yeah, like Matt Rosenberg
There's
books.
a lot of rap albums that if you just went with the first 10 seconds, it'd just be like audio of Greta Thunberg or something, so you wouldn't know, because it's like a sample. You know.
Shut the fuck up, Ethan.
That was not a good interjection. I said like Matt Rosenberg. It was a burn on Rosenberg. I'm sure he's not in the chat anymore, but if he is, you got burnt. And if he's not here, could you guys please tell him on Twitter that he got burnt real bad?
Yeah.
And that his career is pretty much over because I burnt him so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, but the attention from the fact that it's you burning him might actually resuscitate him.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's kind of I'm doing him a favor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See in the eye of Ryan. Yeah.
Okay, whatever the bullshit you got for us, Ethan.
All right, there's a Harry Potter HBO Max series coming, and I want it to be some new shit. Griffin wants them to, for some reason, just remake the same shit. What about you, Ryan?
remake the same.
Like
shit.
remake the books?
Yeah, he wants them to
Yes.
do it again.
Yeah, that's what do you want them to do? Like new stories?
Different shit with wizards.
Okay, well that might be cool, but I would also
They both-
wouldn't mind seeing a series that really got into the books more than because there was a point in the movies where they got to the point where I felt like they were just relying on the fact that you had read the books, like they were just leaving out huge things that were necessary to the story. So a show they could do more with that. Chip, what do you think? Have you read Harry
the
Potter?
books?
Of course
I
I
have
read
not
the
read
books.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I read the original Harry Potter, The Books of Magic, starring Tim Hunter.
Oh,
Mm.
this is a legal dispute, and you could be getting us in trouble right now.
Yeah.
Fine. I have not read Harry Potter. I was working at a bookstore when like volume 3 or 4 was coming out, and I had to handle like the lines.
And you were like, I hate these people.
Yeah, it tainted it a little bit for me. I'm just like, yeah, I don't need to read this.
I've actually never read it. I've listened to all the audiobooks several times because they're very good.
audiobooks
They're very
are
well
great.
done audiobooks.
Jim Dale. He's fantastic.
Well, I've listened to that and the Stephen Fry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stephen Fry.
God damn. BYN. $10 in the chat.
Whoa.
Tying with pop culture news, kinda. For MCU Fantastic Four, who'd you cast yourself as out of the 4 iconic characters? Them, of course, being Mole Man, Herbie, Impossible Man, and Mad Thinker. The Fantastic Four. Iconic Fantastic Four cast.
Actually, you know what? Just regarding the last half of that question, out of the 4 of us, who would be who?
I'll let you. You're the guest. You pick.
Yeah.
Griffin's got a little bit of a bad boy Johnny Storm thing.
Keep in mind, Griffin's 5'3".
God damn it.
Yeah, Johnny Storm's the shortest.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
canonically.
Ethan, despite the fact I don't much care for him, I always want him to disappear, so invisible.
Right.
Ryan, you're big, hulking. You showed us your muscles. You're obviously the thing. And I guess that just leaves me as Mr. Fantastic, the smartest.
Yeah. Well, you got the gray and the beard and all that. Let me ask you something, Chip. Have you read the early, like the very first few issues of Fantastic Four?
Yes.
Do you think that initially Jack Kirby thought that his vision for the Thing was that he was a man made of shit? I'm dead serious. I really believe that. And that he slowly was like, you know what? He's going to be made of rocks instead.
Stan rushes in with a new script. He's like, all right, you gotta scrap that. It's, the shit was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Rocks.
Shit
Rocks.
was a bad idea.
Go back and look at it. I'm telling you. He just looks
No,
like feces.
I can conjure it in my mind. I believe it's more of a just a lumpy terrain.
Okay.
But that is interesting.
Brown lumpy terrain.
He could be.
And he had little flies and little stink lines coming off of him. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh yeah, vividly.
And they all called him Shit Man.
There was also that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he intend him to be shit?
When Reed's going around naming each one of them, he just goes, and Ben, for obvious reasons, you're shit, man.
Actually, the grandson is on Twitter. I'm going to actually message him and see you on this. Because he might have some insight. Okay, we'll see if he gets back to us.
All right. Yeah. Fantastic. There you go. BYN.
Okay, so I was saving this one. I really wanted to get to this one. Paul Bettany has confirmed that originally in Avengers Age of Ultron, director Joss Whedon apparently really strongly wanted the Vision to have a visible penis until he saw the...
What the hell?
until he saw the... until he saw the concept art, and then it didn't work for him.
Okay. Was it going to be flaccid or erect?
Well, all we know is he says, I know that Joss Whedon, he really wanted the rendition of him when Vision first is born. He was like, quote, he's got to have a penis. And everyone was like, I don't know, Joss. I mean, I'm not sure. And then he said, Whedon said, quote, he has to have a penis. I want to see some drawings of penises.
I love your dramatic reading of this.
But then when... But then when Whedon saw the concept art, he said, so they actually, somewhere in the rendition of his birth with these penises, they put them all up on the wall, and Joss said, yeah, I'm 100% wrong. I don't need to see any of these.
I can't even believe it got that far, because there's no way that Disney was ever going to allow that.
Well, he was really determined at first.
This isn't a bit. Are you sure this isn't a bit?
No, I heard this too. I heard like when he saw them, he said, what have I done? This is the last movie I'll ever direct. And I think it's true.
We've got a super chat question for you. $5. Chip, you've been given Dale Keown as your cover and interior artist for a 6-issue Marvel series. What character and story would you tell with Dale? There's only one correct answer. Go ahead.
Dale Keown is the first comic artist I ever met.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he came to like my small town comic shop to sign Hulk.
Was he playing with his band in town?
Not that I recall, but
he's from Canada. Where in Canada is he from? Do you know?
I forget the city, but it wasn't far away from the city I was in. And it was amazing because it was one of those signings. I don't know if you've ever done one of these signings where like almost no one shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I've done one like that, but yeah.
But yeah, there's a few people getting stuff signed, and then I just got to hang out as like this teenager, just talking to Dale Keown about the Hulk and looking at original pages. And yeah,
I like the way you render his boobs. He does a good job. He has that good underlighting.
Okay, Tyler Jennis.
It's like you were there. Anyways, my answer to the question, I wouldn't get him to do Hulk because
he's done it, but it still is the right answer. His Hulk is so good.
It's the same. I think the same answer as Art Adams. I think Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool too. You're right.
Yeah.
His I've seen him draw the Thing, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see how he does Johnny Storm. How
are the Thing's tits?
I said boobs first of all. Now you're turning this into more Proud Boy stuff.
I know, but I'm not a 10-year-old, so I call him tits because I'm a man.
A proud man.
Proud man. Tyler Jennis gave us $5 to ask, hey Chip, it's been 10 years since you left to, quote, go buy some cigarettes. Why haven't you come back? A little sad face emoji.
Still smoking.
Yeah, anybody whose dad left to get cigarettes and never came back, they're probably just finishing their cigarettes.
Yeah, they're just wrapping up. Just give them a minute.
They're all living together on Cigarette Island.
Yeah. Which, as far as I could tell, was Maui when I was there, where they were all picking up the cigarette butts, the homeless people. So gross.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't think homeless people are gross, but...
Yeah, no, the homeless people are gross, but the picking up cigarettes, good idea.
Great idea. Making the place look nice.
Well, I think we can wrap up with this breaking news. Somebody has found out that apparently, based on our earlier story, Mechagodzilla will appear in Kong vs. Godzilla.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I don't care. That was the worst.
We're going to you for the reaction. Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, Mechagodzilla. Who would you cast out of us of Kong, Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, and Mothra?
I don't give a shit about any of it. Mechagodzilla.
I can't believe this is the way you're ending the show.
Wow.
Earlier I said the show wouldn't exist without Ethan, but that was just because I was trying to pump him up because he's had some really bad performances lately.
I've had some rough times lately, and I didn't want to talk about it on the show, but lately I've needed some support, and like I know Ryan didn't tell you before you came on, but if you could go a little bit easier, I would appreciate it.
You know what?
I'm sorry. If you could stop talking about Mechagodzilla, maybe that would help.
I'd like to.
Some of us are excited about it. So.
I'd like to end the show. Can I please talk? I'd like to.
Sorry,
He's like 20.
legitimately, how old are you?
I'm 22.
All right, maybe you're still a child.
Okay.
Sorry, Ryan.
I think that we should go for 15 more minutes, and I just want Ethan to tell us about how much his in-laws hate him and him living there.
Oh.
Oh,
Just 15 minutes?
just 15.
Like a therapy session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we've been waiting for this one, for Chip to come on again. For
How
specific
do you?
So
I can't get
Sorry,
I can't
there's
get
a
into it
logic.
because they're watching the live stream. But
There's a logic thing in my head I don't quite get. How do you have in-laws if you don't have a girlfriend?
I have a fiance.
Oh.
So it's his former girlfriend.
former.
We have a super chat question, even though you got to go. From Jonah Hex. Chip, would you agree to write the flagship Fantastic Four book on the condition it's renamed Fantastic Four Renew Your Vows?
No, that's pretty good.
I always underestimate how much comic fans hate marriage. It is true though. It's like impossible to get by with it.
Yeah.
So now we're actually at $64. So if somebody donates $5 more, we will be at $69, which is just
Come on,
Somebody get us to 69 before we close out.
all right.
quick.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Ethan. First of all, congratulations on your engagement. Is that
Thank you.
your engagement necklace?
This is actually my attempt to be Donny Cates' protege. He came onto the show and he told me that I was so generic I needed something to stand out, and he recommended getting some sort of drip.
This is real.
I wear this every podcast now.
But I thought your thing was just having one earphone in.
Well,
it's
yeah,
part of it.
I mean,
It's part of it.
I
It's
guess
kinda
it wasn't
like,
distinct enough for
It's
Donny.
like if you get one ear pierced, but Ethan wasn't ready for it, so we just said, okay, we'll just put that one earphone in.
My thing is
Little-
having a hairline that recedes between episodes, so you can mark it on every single episode how much further it went back, which is I think a pretty cool thing.
If you like printed out the thumbnails of all the live streams and you flipped through it like
a-
stop motion,
And
you
the,
would
the, re-
just punch it.
the the revealing ridges, the lines on your forehead are like the rings of a tree.
Yeah.
So we can tell the ears.
My hairline started right here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there was a sweet spot where I went from hideous to good looking, and now back it's going back to hideous.
I don't think anybody's going to get us to $69. We might need to throw in the towel.
All right.
What?
All right. Well, it's fine.
Well,
And that's why. So I'm Ryan. I'm your protege because of my own receding hairline.
Yeah.
Is what Tsar Lilik says. So
Yeah.
Ethan's got the chains, and I will be slowly losing
have
my hair
matching
over the
hairline,
course
too.
of the next several episodes.
it's beautiful.
So
Very
great.
poetic.
Well,
Thanks, Chip, for being here. This was a great episode. I really do appreciate it, even though I hate your guts and
I know.
you suck. But I do
As
appreciate
long as I
it.
could raise some money for you, that's what's important.
That money will be going to the Supple boys and their piggy banks.
what? $4.99. Had to get the stream to 69 for my biggest inspiration.
Oh.
That's from Ducky ZZZ.
Oh shit.
So we got it to 69. Nobody donate
it.
any more money.
Did it. That's
We
it.
did it.
Please
No, yeah. Has anyone ever said nobody donate any more money?
We should just start.
Stop, we're at 69.
We should just start doing these, and we'll refuse to get off until we get to $69.
We just
Yeah,
stare
yeah.
into the camera
Yeah.
until someone gets it to us. All right. Well, glad to know that we literally made $70 just sitting here for an hour, and it's nice to know that we could have just done that at any time, really, and we just
Yeah.
didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So
We've
thanks
done like
to
a
everyone.
year of free work, but you
Thanks
know.
everyone who donated. We appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who came to watch the Chill Ass live stream with 4 exclamation points. And thank you, Chip, for it being not your worst, not your best.
Oh, great.
Your third best appearance on the show so far.
Yep,
Maybe
I would
fourth.
say.
Is this your fourth time?
Means-
Do we count his own episode?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, fuck, that was a great episode.
That was good.
People seem to like
Great.
it.
So you have
Can you
something.
imagine if I had the super chat money? going for that
Oh
one.
my god.
Oof.
I mean, based on the fact that we will never reach those download numbers again of that one episode, who knows the heights that could have been reached.
Yeah, but we got mentioned in an IGN
Yeah,
article, so now we're on Easy Street.
Yeah.
IGN money. Nice. All right. Well, anyways, see ya.
Okay, bye.
Oh.
All right, live stream. Thanks for tuning in. Donnie's coming on, and I think we're going to talk about bidets and WandaVision and maybe even some more King in Black stuff for you guys. How's that sound, Ryan? Ryan Stegman, who, of course, is most famous for his work on such things like Superior Spider-Man, Venom, and being the voice of the Supplesaurus, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your latest credit.
I'd like
Talk
people to...
about that. Talk about your process. What was it like trying to figure out a voice for a dinosaur when I asked you to
Were
record
you
it?
just doing the fucking Ninja Turtle voice? Because I heard it first and didn't recognize
What
it.
was it? What did I do again? What did I say? It was like this!
Pizza.
Ah! Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing.
I didn't realize it was you. Griff told me it was you, and then I was like, he's doing the Ninja Turtle voice.
No, I don't. It was just whatever came out of my mouth is what happened.
It was
Well, Ryan,
delightful.
you're a genuine voice actor.
I know.
The few folks I've gotten their reactions from, they didn't even know it was you.
So that
Maybe
that kind of ruins the reason of having me on it.
Go check out Ryan's first voice acting performance over on the Supple Boys feed. It's fucking
John
awesome.
Eicher insists that that's the voice that you and Donnie use in private to make fun of Ethan and I.
No, that's more like,
yeah.
oh, come on. I want to do a podcast.
That's more accurate, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a.
All right.
Well, all right. Twitter, email, Apple Podcast reviews. Those are all the places. Those are all the things.
Jesus Christ.
At Stegman Show for all your Amazing Friends Network needs. That's the podcast network that we run, including this show, Donnie Cates' show, Devil Advocates Book Club, and also the flagship show of the network, Supple Boys, which Ethan and I do. That's at Supple Boys. I'm at Griff Sheridan. Ethan's at Tales to Astonish. Ryan's at Ryan Stegman. And Chip Zdarsky can go to hell. Thanks, everyone.
Stay amazing, friends.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to finish. Bye.